Hello children, welcome to the video lecture of chapter number 3 of standard 10th. In the previous lecture we had seen about the stone inscriptions, then the pillar inscriptions, pillar at the Sarnath, stone inscriptions. We also saw about the Dravidian style of art in South India. We also saw about art of Gupta period, and the last topic that we did was cave architecture. We saw about various caves that were situated into whole India and how King Ashoka has spread the message of Buddhism into this all parts of the nation. Today we are going to study about the caves of Gujarat. So without wasting time, let us go into it. Caves of Gujarat. Now first cave that we are going to study is cave of Junagadh. There are three groups of caves in Junagadh. You need to remember there are three groups of caves into Junagadh. First, group of Baba Pyara caves. Baba Pyara caves. Baba Pyara caves. This cave is situated near Baba Pyara Mutt, and that's why they are known as the Baba Pyara caves. They are in three layers. See, they are into three layers, intersecting each other at right angles. There are total 16 caves. Okay, these caves are built in a type of staircase form. Okay, and that's why there are three layers: the first layer, the second layer, and the third layer, and they are intersecting each other at 90 degree. 90 degree means at the right angle. There are total 16 caves. Out of them 4 are in first line. Say 4 are in first line, 7 in the second line, and 5 in the third line. Okay, so 4 plus 7 plus 5, that will make to 16. Okay, and they were carved into first and second century. See, they were carved into first and second century AD. So they are almost, you can say, 2000 years old, right? The second are the double story. See, the first one is Baba Pyara, second they are double story. Okay, on seeing the remain, say one can that they might have been carved during the end of 2nd century and the beginning of 4th century. See, these are older caves in comparison to the Baba Pyara caves, right? The the third are the Khapra Khodia caves. They are known as Khapra Khodia caves. Caves of Kund. See, on seeing the remains, it can be said that they were floored caves. See, they were floored cave. Floored means on the bottom. It might have been carved in 3rd century. So they are you get the newest. Okay, these are the oldest. This is older than this, or newer than this, and they are the newest. There are 20 pillars and they are ruined now. They are very few remains of these caves are left now. They are not into a good position now. Next are the Kambalaya Caves. Same. It was discovered in 1959. They are situated at Kambalaya near Gondal. See, Kambalaya near Gondal, 70 kilometers from Rajkot. Three of them are remarkable. Chaitya see, in that, as I told you, these are Buddhist caves. So you can find Chaityas and Vyas there. Chaitya with stupa is situated in the middle cave of it. Figures of Bodhisattvas and statues of devotees are standing on both the side of the entrance part to supported by trees. Okay, you can see carvings of beautiful statues and Bodhisattvas into it. They are of 2nd to 3rd century. So again they were built into 2nd and 3rd century, right? Next is Dhank Caves. Dhankgiri is situated in Dhank village in Upleta Taluka, Rajkot. It is considered that they might have been built in the beginning of 4th century. They are built into 4th century, and they are also one of the important cave architectures of Gujarat. Next comes Jinjuri Jar. They are Buddhist caves in west of Dhak. See, they are also situated near Dhak village, about 7 kilometers from Sridharsar Valley in Jinjuri Jar. It is considered that they have been built in 2nd century. See, they were built into 2nd century, much before the Dhak caves. Next is Khapra Kodia caves at Kutch. Khapra Kodia caves. These caves are situated on the top of the mountain near Old Patgad in Lakhpat Taluka of Kutch. It is situated in Lakhpat Taluka. These are two caves. Okay, there are two caves. These are discovered by K.K. Sastry in 1967. So this was discovered by K.K. Sastry in 1967. Next is cave of Kalaya Dungar. See, cave of Kalaya Dungar. These are three caves in Kalaya Dungar in Jhagadia Taluka in Bharuch district. These are the best old architecture specimen of Buddhist religion. See, these are considered one of the best ones. Architectures of these caves are marvelous. Okay, they are considered extraordinary, very beautiful. At 11 feet high statue of lion with body, two bodies and one mouth in the form of pillar has been carved with single rock. Say, okay, out of a single rock, 11 feet high statue with two bodies, okay, and one mouth in the pillar form is carved and considered one of the best specimen of carving in the ancient times. Next is Chariot Temple. A unique chariot, you might be knowing, chariot means Rath in Gujarati. In Gujarati it is known as Rath. A unique feature of Palwa age, okay, the Palwa kings had this particular style of art. The Palwa dynasty was ruling into India in 275 CE to 897 CE. Okay, so they ruled for a very long time. They came after the Satvahana dynasty. Okay, they came after Satvahana dynasty, which used to rule India in the early third of century, right? So we can see they made temples in the form of chariot, which is carved out of single rocks. Again, they are carved out of single rock. Kailasnath temple of Kanchi, temple of Vaikunt Perumal are best example of architecture. These are some of the best ones. Apart from above, mandapas at Mahabalipuram and Chariot Temple at Mahabalipuram are again very famous. Mahabalipuram, you might have heard the name. Each of them is rock cut temples. See, they are cut out of rock. You can see here the photograph. Okay, these chariots are named after Pandavas. They are named after the Pandavas. Chariot Temple of Dharmaraj is the biggest one. Okay, Dharmaraj Yudhishthir is the biggest one because he was the eldest son of the Pandavas. Whereas the Chariot Temple of Draupadi is smallest. See, the temple of Draupadi is considered smallest. At the same time, it is also one of the most beautiful of the all chariot temples. The next topic is temple architecture. Temple architecture. Many famous temple architectures are seen with high pedestals. Okay, pedestal is basically the platform. You can see this particular temple is also built on a platform. Here also you can see a platform is built and then the temple would have been on it. So they are built on pedestal and pinnacle with ladder. Okay, there is a pinnacle. Pinnacle means the top part of a temple. But some are flat with pradakshina path encircling the Garbhagruh. Garbhagruh is the center area where the idol of the god is kept. The Bumra Shiva temple near Jabalpur and temples of Larkhan in Bijapur district are considered, say, one of the best. They also have the copper statue of Lord Buddha at Nalanda in Satalganj, and Jain temples of Mathura are unique features. Say, okay, the Bumra Shiva temple at Jabalpur, the Larkhan, Bijapur district, the copper statue at Nalanda, and Jain temples in Mathura are unique features. There is greater contribution of Palwa kings. Say, Palwa kings have contributed in formation in building of this uh, temples to a great extent. Temples constructed in Kanchi, the city of Palwas, it was the capital city of Palwas, Kanchi, is very famous. Thanjore was the capital of Chola dynasty. See, Thanjore was the capital of Chola dynasty. The Chola dynasty used to rule India from, you can say, 300 to 1279 CE. Okay, there is a very long time, and they are considered to be one of the longest ruling dynasties in the world. Okay, they are considered very long rulers. Okay, a very long time they ruled India, but at the same time they made great developments in those times. The great Pradeshwar temple was the first temple constructed by Raja Raj Chola of Chola dynasty. See, the Pradeshwar temple was constructed by Raja Raj Chola. Pradeshwar temple is also known as Raj Rajeshwaram. Okay, it is also known as Raj Rajeshwaram temple, and it was built between 1003 to 1010 AD or C, right, by Raja Raj Chola first. And right now Pradeshwar temple is considered as, is actually included in UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is included into UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is about 200 meters high. See, it is very high. It is an extraordinary temple of ancient India. Okay, it is a very important temple, and it is said that the shadow of the temple doesn't fall on the earth. Okay, the shadow of the temple doesn't fall on the earth. Now, why it is so? Because the temple in build is such a way, right? This is a temple, and around that temple there is a huge compound which is bordered by a wall. Okay, and the shadow wherever it is located in such a way that the shadow always falls inside this particular boundary. It doesn't go outside the boundary, and that's why the top part, okay, even the shadow of the top part, when the sun, like when the sun rays are coming, the shadow of top part will fall inside this part only, and that's why it is said that the shadow of Pradeshwar temple doesn't fall on the earth. So it can be considered one of the masterpieces of architecture of ancient time, because almost 1000 years back to make the calculations and to do the carving was considered one of the best things, and it was out of the world. It was to be very hard for us even to believe right now. So in this particular video lecture we saw about the caves of Gujarat, caves of Junagadh, Kambalaya Cubes, Talaja Cubes, Sana Caves, Than Caves, Chinchunijar Caves, Khapra Kodia Caves, Cave of Kalya Dungar. We also saw what is Chariot Temples. We also read about Palwa Kings and the temple architecture of that time.